clicking on over there?
Porn. She's looking at porn.
I wanted to move you guys over. So I'm not looking this way and it's right in front of me.
Interesting. All right, so we ready to do this?
No. Nah, just kidding.
Welcome to the DANK Pod, the podcast where 4 Disney adults and no kids share their magical adventures. Join us as we explore the enchanting parks, savor Mickey-shaped treats, and ride Space Mountain without worrying about height restrictions. Disclaimer, this podcast is purely for entertainment purposes. We love kids, but sometimes we just want to ride the teacups without them. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get dank.
It's fucking go time. All right, we got a good one for you tonight. We got a lot of news hopping our way between some of the LA fire relief, a little doodad on Scooter, some troubling legal woes, as well as some of the new info on farts and some new ticket packages. We'll stop in and check our mailbox. I'm sure it's like overwhelming how many people have emailed us. And then we'll take a trip outside the berm and see what's going on over at Universal Orlando. They've got a new thing about it's only available on Tuesdays, I believe. The biggest of the Tuesdays. Then after that, we'll talk about our thoughts on a journey, an epic journey. And then the ladies are going to let me stand on my soapbox and go straight Karen on a few social media posts this week before we wrap it up with a rapid fire. Sound like a plan?
That's a lot.
It's a lot of shit. That's right. That's right. If you're new to us, I'm Jonathan. I'm hanging out here with 3 of my besties. Natalie, say hey. Exactly. That's exactly what Natalie sounds like. In case nobody knows what Natalie sounds like, sounds just like that.
What's up?
Ashley, are you there? We got Ashley with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, you're here. You're just along for the ride. You got a ticket for this shit show?
Yep.
I love it. I love it. And then we've also got January Rain. Ms. Rain, how you feeling?
Hello, friends.
Hello back at you.
I'm feeling like rain.
Like Eeyore?
It's like rain. No, it's fine.
Oh, on your wedding day? A little bit of irony? I love it. All right, let's kick it off.
We had a lot of wind on our wedding day.
Did you?
It was windy, yeah.
I got blown too.
Yeah.
All right, Ash, you want to kick this one off here?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a super happy story, but it is. I thought it was an interesting tidbit released by the Walt Disney Company this week. As many know, but perhaps not everybody, because not everybody watches the news, there are some devastating wildfires out in the LA region. I mean, it's incredibly destructive. I don't know what the stats are. It's too sad for me to dive that deep into. However, the Walt Disney Company has committed $15 million for, quote, initial and immediate response and rebuilding efforts. Walt Disney, while their parks are in Anaheim and in Orlando, Anaheim, California, Orlando, Florida, I think LA has been a very historical landmark for them, for their studios, for their animations, for the work, for their museums. So I thought it was really interesting and telling that they committed such an enormous amount of money in a very small period of time. I think the fires have been raging now for a week or two, and it's pretty awful out there. So, this money is going to go to some much needed resources, such as the American Red Cross, the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank, just to name a few. They're also providing more information to their own employees out there through their employee relief fund. So I just thought, shout out to Disney for stepping up and doing the right thing and a problem that's not necessarily theirs, but, for the betterment of the community.
Shout out to Disney. Thanks.
Disney doing it right for its fans out there, trying to rebuild those homes and businesses out there. I have a friend who lost their business in that fire, and I saw a sobering news report where he was just, you could see the devastation hit him in waves, where he was being interviewed on the local news, and all of a sudden he would break down into tears when it just hit him that it's all gone, and he would just say that it's all gone, and then he would have this like fraction of a moment where he would weep and then stuff it down and then just say, it took my wife and I 40 years. We spent 40 years building this, and it's all it's all gone. Just a sobering realization. So shout out to Disney, feather in your cap. In the grand scheme of things, $15 million is...
That's going to be spent fast.
Yeah, it's going to go fast, but it'll go to good places in their community, in their own backyard, to help people rebuild.
It's a lot of grieving, right? Like, because things are very taken very suddenly. A lot of grief.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. The way you saw your house in the neighborhoods and even local resources, it's all going to change. So Bob Iger issued a statement. As this tragedy continues to unfold, the Walt Disney Company is committed to supporting our community and our employees as we all work together to recover and rebuild from this unbelievable devastation. Walt Disney came to Los Angeles with a little more than his limitless imagination, and it was here that he chose to make his home, pursue his dreams, and create extraordinary storytelling that means so much to so many people around the world. We are proud to provide assistance to this resilient and vibrant community in its moment of need. Natalie, you were going to say?
Thank you, Bob. I hope that more businesses, more powerhouses also join that bandwagon in helping the city and those victims of those horrendous fires. A lot of people lost everything and are, they're still going. So again, thank you, Disney, and hopefully that they lead the way.
Thank you. Let's shift gears and go to a little bit happier subject. What's next on deck, Ash?
Oh, is that me too? My bad. So I came across this interesting article on Facebook of all places. So as many of us know, the Festival of Arts is forthcoming in Epcot. And I guess, the point of it, right, is the art. And so many artists...
And to be festive.
And to,
a whole
to
festival.
celebrate the festivities of arts. And so I came across an artist. He posts in the name of Art by Scooter, and he will be there. And he will be signing and dedicating, I think it said, basically like daily from 2 to 4 out in the Germany pavilion, his pieces. And so he'll have some original pieces, some printed pieces. And I just thought how cool, to actually get to meet an artist, and indulge in our favorite place, right? So a lot of times, we go to look at the pieces, and now we would have the opportunity to meet one of the creators. And I think that's such a unique experience.
And they do this from time to time. They'll bring an artist in, especially over at Disney Springs, to do some signings.
Right.
Oh, you know who was there one time when we went? Are you going to tell them?
I know.
Oh,
Do you
tell
know
me.
what I'm talking about?
Precious moments.
Oh, how biblical.
So there's the artist who makes the dolls. She actually was there, and you could purchase a Precious Moment doll,
Oh,
and she would sign it for you.
that's very polite of them. I like that. I like when people repurpose the Precious Moments dolls. Like they'll get like a Precious Moments theme and then make it like a vampire.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's fun.
I really like this print that Scooter included of his work. It's called A Perfect Day.
He combines that retro style with nice fresh colors. I do like that. It's a polite style of Mickey, a representation.
And I mean, one thing about us is that we enjoy shopping small, and that's not necessarily easy to do in a place like Disney World. So I think it's important to promote and to invest in, some of the, for lack of better language, lesser known artists, and, help boost their world so that they continue to make art and can afford to do those things. And so I particularly, enjoy these more unique styles. There was an artist actually that Jonathan found last year that he really liked in January. I think you knew the artist's name. We didn't even know the artist's name. And it sounds like the shoe guy, but it's not the shoe guy. I keep thinking Jimmy Choo's,
I've never
and
been more
that's wrong.
confused. I do want to touch on Scooter's mission, which is changing the world through creativity, hope, and love. And
It's a great mission, I just want to say.
It is. It's
Crushed
a very
it.
kind mission.
I think Yes.
Good
You know
job,
what?
Scooter.
So
The
one of
Dank Pod applaud you.
we applaud him even more so that him and his wife Christy partner with an organization called Acres of Love, where their mission is to rescue and care for AIDS orphans and those with special needs in South Africa. So whenever you add his a piece of his art or merchandise to his collection, a portion of what you spend is going to go to Acres of Love, and that ties into his mission statement. Also, I like his hair. He's
Good hair.
good hair. He got good hair. He looks
He
mildly
looks like a friend of
eccentric.
yours.
He does look slightly familiar.
We definitely recommend stopping by there and checking out the Germany pavilion and see if you can meet Scooter. Anybody whose name is Scooter has got to be a fucking good time.
Actually,
Do you know a Scooter who's
Oh.
dull as fuck?
I know Scooter who's questionable as fuck.
Ooh.
Interesting. Well,
Interesting indeed.
we'll save that for some off-air conversation. January, you had some concerning news to share about Disney this week.
Yes. So it appears
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh. So,
so the animator Buck Woodall claims that former Mandeville Films development director Jenny Marchick violated his copyright by secretly passing to Disney materials he produced confidentially for her 2 decades ago.
I think there are some red flags for me.
Red flags in what way?
So,
I hate you all.
it's 2024, and his first lawsuit was filed in 2022.
22.
So why? And the movie came out when? 2013, 2013, 14 ish,
No.
around there.
No.
When did it come out, Ash? When was
I
Moana?
thought it came out in 2020, but I think I also read maybe 2016. Was the first Moana 2016?
The first Moana was definitely before the pandemic. I remember
Yeah.
babysitting my friend's kids like in 2017 or 2016, and it was already out. So
2016, my bad.
2016. All right. So you waited 6 years to sue, and the statute of
Well-
limitations expired
For Moana 1,
in
but the
2022
court they denied his claim.
because he filed outside of the statute of limitations.
I see.
does that reset now that they've gone into Moana 2 and now it's a different project, and I'm still alleging it's my project?
So
Ooh.
it does not reset. The order was dismissed. So here's the final disposition. Shall be deemed that the later of the dismissal of all claims and defenses in this action with or without prejudice, and the final judgment herein after completion and exhaustion of all appeals, rehearings, remands, trials, and reviews of this action, including the time limits for filing motions or applications for extension of time pursuant to applicable law. It was dismissed. All right. So he cannot go back and sue again for Moana 1. He does feel, however, that since Moana 2 was produced, he can go ahead and sue based on some of the similarities there. So, upon finding the lawsuit, as publicly noted, he lists a number of
Similarities.
Yeah. So Moana voyages across the vast oceanic waters accompanied by a crew mirroring Bucky's own journey. So Bucky wrote a story where an island person goes on the water. It's not like the
As island people often do. Carry on.
Correct. Companions in the canoe include both a pig and the rooster, similar to
Ooh, that's
in an image
Cutting it
uncannily
close.
similar to one of the copyrighted materials. There is, I would say, there's only so many animals in Polynesia, right? One of those being prominently pigs and chickens / roosters, just heads up. So having those two in an artistic format would not be uncommon. It's still
I mean,
quite ambiguous.
it's just it's what a coincidence that it's both the exact. No, that's cute, but carry on. Go ahead.
The biggest sense of creative coincidence for me would be the movie Ants that came out at the same time as It's a Bug's Life from
Which
two different
was,
production houses.
Right.
So
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen Ants.
It's a story about bugs, just like it's a
Right, no, I
Bug's Life.
understand.
Yeah,
I figured.
it's like creative coincidences happen, and production houses are aware. It continues to go down these similar, pointing out very ambiguous similarities. The crew experience profound connections with their ancestors. They encounter Kakamora, which is a mythological tribe within the Polynesian culture. It wasn't unique to either person's story. Time travel, engages in time travel. Back to the Future came out. Why aren't you suing them? The whole it's a very ambiguous thing. The only other thing I would say, have you ever tried to give Disney an idea? It's next to impossible to give Disney
Well,
an idea.
I think though, I think what you're missing is the fact that whoever works at Disney somehow has a connection to him. Yeah, I think you're bypassing that part. Whoever it is, it's not someone random that has this written down and never has made contact with anybody in their life. This person
Jenny
is the
Marchik?
way I haven't. I'm asking this.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
So-
They're making it seem as if someone works there.
Correct.
Is that-
That's what he's alleging. Here's Jenny Marchik's work experience. So during that time, she was vice president, creative development at Sony Pictures Animation. So, and also she was the director of development at Mandeville Films in Greater Los Angeles. So at no point in the film industry is it acceptable for you to drop a script off to somebody and say, hey, here's this idea I want to pitch. You don't just give them those materials. And the reason for that is it's a lot easier to say creative coincidence, I never saw their script, versus, yeah, I saw their script, but this is just creative coincidence.
When did Disney buy 20?
They bought it before the pandemic, which is, I think there's maybe a tiny bit of conspiracy there. I think they installed Bob Chapek to service the debt and hike the prices up. So just
That
before
is
the
not what we're
pandemic.
talking about.
Okay, yeah, we're not going there.
Different rabbit hole, sir.
So it's unrealistic to think that they received his script and then went out and said, hey, we like this script. Let's just wait and then produce it. If they did come across an idea that they wanted to buy, you don't think Disney would say, hey, listen, hey guy, Buck, we'll give you $250,000 for the rights. We'll just buy the rights off of you, and or we'll give you points on the film. Like we'll give you $50,000 and
so here's the
2
thing,
points on the film.
they don't just do an animated film in 1 year. It's probably not even 2 years. I'm pretty sure that Moana started production, if not filming, in 2014 at minimum.
It's reasonable.
So there is the overlap of the timeline there, because he was still copywriting shit in 2014.
He renewed his copyright in 2014. So beyond that, the red flags for me continue to be, there's a leeway for creative coincidence, right? We can both have the same joke, the same idea at the same time from different parts of the world and register them in a similar time frame. It's mildly ambiguous as far as the lore or the journey that invokes the Polynesian mythology. And it's unorthodox for somebody in Hollywood to receive your script as a reference and to take that on. It's just, they don't do those things. Lastly, he got really mad in the first lawsuit because Disney could not produce his script or his materials. They kept going and saying, all we have available to us is what's in the Disney archives. We can only provide the evidence that we have. You can subpoena and come and search, but you're not going to find something because it doesn't exist. So sue us. We didn't do what you're alleging that we did. I did reach out to our pal Buck, and I did not receive any feedback on that or a response from him. I also did reach out to Bob Iger, and I didn't expect a response from either of them. Genuinely, like you wouldn't. It's what are you going to do, right? So here's this on my screen is the certificate of registration for the copyright at the moment. So I did some digging to see what we could do to get in contact with Buck. I may write him a letter to the last known address that we have for him, but I don't know if he still lives there. So maybe I'll send him a postcard, see what happens. I would like to see.
There are a lot of similarities, but I do see what you're saying, that there is leeway for creative similarities. Like, it's both Polynesian, there's a character who goes on a journey. Yeah, but if Disney doesn't have the evidence to submit, because he is alleging that he provided them a screenplay, character illustrations, budgets, a fully animated concept trailer, storyboards.
I feel like if there's going to be a copyright issue, it's going to be on those things, right? Not necessarily the story itself, but the image of the characters, the storyboards that were submitted. What does the screenplay actually show? Was there any very heavy similarities in the language or the phrasing or something like that? Because the generalization of the story is, to Jonathan's credit, extremely ambiguous. Those are all things that we can all source ourselves by diving into that folklore, to that history. I don't think we have enough information, and I think that Disney is smart enough to clean up its archives if necessary, to purge that kind of damning evidence if needed. I think they're big enough to bury the little guy. You know what I mean? This isn't their first lawsuit of this nature. I think it's unfortunate if it's true. We'd like to hope that it's not.
Jenny didn't work for Disney at the time that this all occurred, that he alleges. Just like she worked for a different production house.
But when did she get?
But she didn't know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that got it off to Disney later on.
That's what he's alleging.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the timeline of events is suspicious. He started working on this. What's the what was the start? The first copyright was what, 2008?
No, it's 2003. It's 2004. Sorry. He got the registration number May 25th, 2004.
So the creation and the execution of a script and storyboards could take years. So yeah, it's not in my head, it's not impossible that this individual had foreknowledge of this guy's story and told a friend who told a friend who told a friend and was like, oh, this is ambiguous enough that we can do this ourselves and not have to do any kind of payout whatsoever.
That's entirely plausible. He could, if he was indeed trying to pitch this idea, and in the same
tell your
community,
friend.
tell your friend that
tell
I
all
have
your
this idea for a Polynesian girl or a Polynesian character who goes on a journey. At that point, it's just so ambiguous that it's and like she didn't work for the Disney Corporation.
Yeah, no, like I'm not saying that she's to blame or that he's saying a lie or that Disney's not doing the right thing here. I think it's too many coincidences not to line up in some way, shape, or form. But I think Disney's big enough that they can just bury him in lawsuits for the next 10 years. And then eventually there'll be a cutoff, but it'll be super hush, a payout. It'll be super hush hush and nobody's the wiser.
Yeah. And to be determined, but I would like to follow it and learn a little bit more about this. The part that just really gets me is like, why would you, if Disney ripped me off, if all of a sudden my face was like on Disney merch, I would bring that to somebody's attention right away. Like I'm not sleeping on this until the statute of limitations expires.
I don't know, dude. Maybe he was in a coma.
But he woke up long enough.
Did you Google where he was between 2016 and 2020? You did all this Disney research.
I did not Google where he lived between 2016 and 2020.
Maybe he couldn't get an attorney on retainer, sir.
That's what I said. He had to save all his pennies.
If I had a viable lawsuit against Disney and an attorney,
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, not everybody's trying to
take that.
Not everybody's like.
I don't think everybody.
Attorney's going to take that case all day.
When that's no.
It's money in their pocket. Yes.
Not everybody wants to take a Disney case. Most attorneys will try to deviate from taking a Disney case to go up against Disney attorneys.
Disney attorneys are human. I could beat a Disney attorney.
Now we're not talking about you.
If you're a Disney attorney and you're out there listening, I would love to get into a debate with you. Give us a call.
Debate.
Or what's that? I don't know. We could debate I don't know. It doesn't
Have a
even matter to me.
debate.
I'll let you choose it. Disney attorney, I will let you choose the topic, but I believe that I could
Are you asking
debate
for a
you
Disney attorney that works for Disney?
To-
No, they're not going to talk to you. They know better.
to debate me. Not just about this, but just debate me on anything. You could pick, which is better, churro Mickey waffles or Simba shaped waffles. I don't know. Whatever. Well, we can debate
Do
anything.
they have Simba-shaped waffles?
Only at Boma.
Ooh.
Only place on property you can get that. Just saying, more
Boma's on the
reason to
list
go
this
there.
year, guys. It's on the list.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's get off of her LinkedIn as well.
Wow, we were on her LinkedIn. We could.
When he tells you the deep dive, he was not joking. There was.
I didn't. He's got the date of birth, the time, the last four of the social.
Did you see his last four? I got the last four of his credit card number that he used to pay for filings.
Oh my god.
If they just put that stuff out there, bro.
They put that on record?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the last four.
Yeah, I got his birthday. I got it. I mean, they just all the stuff is an open record now. Be careful where you share your information. Like if you put it on the TikToks, I got it. I'm just saying, it's all mine now. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's about to
when's
get
the
kicked
last
off
day?
of TikTok.
Is it tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't know when
I
the
don't know.
last day is.
I keep
It's
making
coming
up the
though.
days. Oh man. Tickety talk.
January, you want to tell us about the Epcot's Farts Festival of the Arts? Farts.
Festival of the Arts. Well, going back to the park for the Festival of the Arts, they are bringing Broadway.
Woo, Broadway.
What?
Disney on Broadway is coming to the Festival of the Arts show at what's the theater called there in Epcot?
Wait, you know what? Is it in my book? Excuse me. I have the Festival of the Holidays passport in front of me. Is it listed here? Embarrassing.
If you don't catch a show there, because they're going to be having people from Frozen, The Lion King.
What is this? This celebrates what, like 30 years of Disney on Broadway?
America
30 years of Broadway. Yep.
Gardens Theater.
The American Gardens Theater. If you don't catch a show there, you want to know and look at some of the
Oh,
costumes. that they
look at the
use.
lamp. Yeah, it looks like there will be exhibits from a lot of their shows. I'm gonna go see that giraffe puppet from The Lion King. I think that would be nice. One of my favorite parts about the Disney is that they do these musicals and they rope everybody in. But my favorite one is when people are like, "Oh, I know all the songs in Lion King," and I'm like, "Bro, just sing the first song for me, verbatim. Let me hear it." Don't
Like
nobody
from the Broadway or from the movie?
from the movie. Is it different in the Broadway spectacular?
No.
I feel like they would have new songs that are not in the movie.
They typically add like what, one or two, Ash?
Oh, I don't know the statistics. But the first song is the first song.
Yeah. How's it go, Ash?
The Circle of Life.
Yeah. How's it? What are the first words of that song?
Oh, I don't.
Pennsylvania and Felicia's a girl. I'm a barber. You should be a barber. No, that's not working.
Negative.
Oh, we'll have to look.
Insert laughter here.
Yeah.
They might.
Yeah.
It looks like they'll have some stuff on display. I think we definitely need to make some time to go and see this event. And I think did we
I just want to
did we touch
understand that
base
you-
on this
You
being
saying
in
that
one
you
of the
want
other?
to go to Epcot?
No,
Are you sure? You
I-
said we have to touch base on this event.
I thought we
This
were doing
event
like a
is
2-to-1 ratio. So 2 parks, 2 of the other parks to each Epcot visit. I'm pretty sure that's what our 2024 goals are when you weren't looking, I updated them. Sorry. Is it 2-to-1? Yeah, it's 2-to-1. Can't be 1-to-1. Then every other day would be Epcot. It's got to be 2-to-1. We could increase it. Do you want to do 3-to-1, Natalie? You go to all the other parks, then we could just go on rotation.
No,
You want to do 2-to-1?
2-to-1.
2-to-1's fine? 2-to-1 ratio? All right. We're doing a whole menage a trois of parks. 2-on-1. Well, that excites me. I definitely.
Tarzan?
Tarzan was a musical?
Tarzan.
Oh, yeah. It's for the Disney on Broadway
Mary
timeline.
Poppins.
Started with what, Beauty and the Beast, it looks like, in 1994. And then
94.
I took Ashley on a date to see Beauty and the Beast. Didn't we do that in
Nice.
Miami? No, not on ice. Oh, and it looks like there's for the summer of 2025, Hercules is coming. It's gonna premiere in London's West End, which is very unique. So yeah, I think let's go hit up a couple of parks and then make our way over to
Farts.
to the farts. So we'll do a couple parks. Natalie, I'll even bend for you. I will, if we go to a park if you want to do a half day park in the morning, maybe, and then finish up the second half at the farts.
To the calendar.
Yeah, we could do that. I like it. This is a great find and great addition, January. I think it's very unique.
Yeah, I think it's cool to like. I always like looking at the things. I like reading the displays and gaining a little bit of knowledge. It's like
Here.
going on a tour without a tour guide, right? And
Yeah.
you get some behind the scenes stuff.
I like it.
I love behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. Pull back the curtain. Let us see some of the magic, but not all the magic. Yeah, let's make some plans to go over and visit this, and we'll take pictures, and Natalie will post them to the Dank Pod social medias for us, because Natalie's good at that stuff.
Oh wow, he just gave you a job
You see how I did
in front of
that?
the witnesses.
The
Natalie's been
witnesses.
And our
voluntold.
audience too.
Wow.
Who's got this new park offer? This new ticket offer?
Yes, you guys. So my parents always really enjoy this sale. It normally comes around in January. It's the Florida Residence. It's called the Discovery Disney ticket. Now it's actually changed. Typically you buy in January and you use it anywhere from June to December. The great thing about this ticket, you can get a 4-day package or a 3-day package. And what's really cool about this offer is you're not required to use it consecutively. So if you're just not on that annual pass membership type of budget, this is a great way because you can use them consecutively if you want. You can space them out. But the time frame to use it is from January 13th up to May 23rd, 2025.
See, this is how I remember it, though. So, like, back in, like, pre-pandemic, this is how the Disney Resident Pass worked. And it was in that first half of the year timeline, although it was much cheaper back in the day. But, like, my sister, for example, we did her bachelorette party in Epcot back in early 2020, just before the pandemic. And this is what we did. We bought resident tickets, and so we were able to use them consecutively or not consecutively, but you only had until, like mid to late May to use them, or they just lapsed, they expired.
Yeah, and my parents are really excited because these are the less hot months.
Right. Yeah,
know.
my sister had been like really sad about it last year because they weren't just ready to drop money on the APs, which they ended up doing anyway, the suckers. But yeah, it
Got
was
'em.
right, exactly. But like our sister-in-law, for example, had done the Disney resident deal, and it was during the summer, and then they upgraded to the AP from there. And even, like you were saying, it was summer, it was so hot, and my sister was, just had the same concerns. It's just too damn hot to do it during the summer. And I was like, man, just wait a few more months and see if the resident pass switches it up again. So I'm glad that they're reverting back to their old ways, because the summer's just brutal and it's too damn busy. Yeah, I specifically remember this even in our very early relationship. We had done the Disney resident pass a few times, and we would go in the first half of the year.
Right now it's like 1 day per park, 4 days. It's for like January 13th through May 23rd. And January mentioned that you can do that you don't have to use them consecutively, but you do need to have an advanced park reservation. And if you want to add the park hopper option, it's just $40 more per ticket. So if you did and I think the bargain here is
Per ticket per day?
no, it just says per ticket. Yeah. So instead of being $240 for the 4-day ticket, it would be $280 for the 4-day ticket. And then you could add, there's 3 ad hoc options that you could toss on there. The water park and sports option for $35 more per ticket, which is like you can get tea time for golf or miniature golf, etc. And you could add both of them on there. Instead of stacking them at $75 per ticket, they have a bundle for $55 per ticket. So it's if you're a Florida resident and you're doing a staycation and you don't want to spend $1,000 on a pass,
per person.
This could be a fantastic option for you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've
Also-
done it in the past, and it was a good
Yep.
it was a good buy.
For sure. And even if you are a pass holder, maybe you have those friends that don't have a pass, that's either, hey, a great gift, or, let them know, get this if you're not committed to the pass, and let's go hang out.
Well, and if I'm not mistaken, as long as you speak to someone before your, not necessarily your last day, but before you leave on your last day, then you can take those dollars and contribute it to an annual pass of some kind, if that's something that you choose to do. So the dollars aren't like, you're not spending $240 on a resident and then having to drop a whole nother grand on an AP if that's something you're looking to upgrade to. But you have to make the decision while the pass is still valid. Like as soon as you clean out the 4 days, then that's it. You're starting over.
Very good insight. I love it. Everybody came together on that piece.
Look at us.
Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Look at us. Look at us. All right. It's mail time. Let me just check our inbox. Let's see what we got here. I got
We
nothing.
should learn how to harmonize together.
We can go on the count of three.
Like, mail.
Okay. Checking our inbox is completely empty and hollow. I send more emails than we receive. I'm going to be honest here. I harass more people, including Buck Woodall. I sent you an email. Feel free to email me back. Give us your perspective. But if you want to send us an email, we are happy to receive your email and cover the details of your email on this podcast. The email address is thedankpod@gmail.com. Again, thedankpod@gmail.com. Feel free to give us a shout. Let's go ahead and move on. Outside the berm, speaking of singing, Ashley, you want to take us down
I'm
this
so
road?
excited.
And you just can't hide it. You're about to lose
Oh,
control,
snap.
and I think I like it.
I'm so excited.
What do you got?
That's a great question. Hold on.
It's
Wasn't
loading.
emotionally prepared. So the performances for Epcot.
Epcot. It's not Epcot. We're
Epcot
outside
on the
the
brain.
berm,
We're
actually.
outside. I'm sorry. I'm so excited because there's just concerts everywhere. Universal Orlando, maybe the other one too. I'm not sure. But for this conversation, it's Universal Orlando for us is doing Mardi Gras from February 1st to March 30th. And they have dropped their concert lineup for February and March. And kicking it off, much to my teeny bopper's delight, although that's not his primary fan base, is T-Pain. T-Pain is going to be at Universal on February 1st, and I am so stoked. Baby, can we go? Best friend, can we go?
Potentially. You're not. I thought for some reason I thought you'd be most interested in this Joe Jonas character.
That's mildly racist of you. No, we want to see T-Pain.
That was.
What about-
You know what? She's absolutely right.
I would rather see Cool in the Gang.
We can, but T-Pain's first. He's first
Right.
in the lineup.
Who's this Scotty McCreery fella?
He's from American Idol.
Oh,
He was one of the first couple.
They're going to have a Lennium?
Yeah, the
What's
groups are super hyped about that.
I don't understand. What's a Lenny? Natalie, you look.
He's an EDM DJ.
Yeah, it's a big EDM thing.
Dang. All right, that's right up
I knew
your-
they'd
right up
be
your
stoked
alley.
when they saw
That's
the
a
line.
big deal.
It's a big deal. March
Yeah, you
March
don't always
8th.
Did you
see
scroll?
EDM.
Keep scrolling.
Keep scrolling. Are they gonna get? Are they
keep
gonna go nuts?
scrolling.
All time low. Lawrence.
Nope, keep going. That's not the one I'm
Coco
looking for.
Jones.
Keep going.
DJ Pauly D.
Nah.
Keep going.
TLC.
They're going to have TLC.
Right? What a heck of a lineup this year, you
That's
guys.
a good lineup.
Listen,
Yo,
I'm only in
my
it for
guys.
T-Pain. I think that guy has been instrumental to hip hop music. There's been a lot of hate. There's been a lot of drama about it. A lot of people are not a fan of auto-tuning, but that guy really did some amazing things for music, you know, back in the early 2000s. And since then, I'm a big fan, not in a stalkery way. Like I'm not top tier level T-Pain fan, but I would love, I've been saying it all last year because his concerts have been on TikToks, and man, does that guy rock. That guy knows how to throw a party, and I'm stoked. And I basically told my husband, whom I love, and he's my very best friend, but that I will be going without him if he doesn't come with me.
The only thing is,
you know what? It's about setting expectations.
that's right. I think you should get a discount on the TLC thing because there's only going to be T and C.
First off,
You know I'm accurate about that. So
I mean, there's not an original L, but I'm pretty sure there's an L.
there's
now.
an L. When I was in middle school, I distinctly remember having my Discman in the morning with was it Crazy Sexy Cool? album, and we would walk to school, and I had like my Doc Martens, and I was like, oh, my starter pullover. We lived up north, and there was like because of the Discman, you had to like walk with a very smooth stride.
Oh, you had a CD Discman or a cassette Discman?
It would have been a Walkman. Would have been a cassette. I had the CD.
Oh, okay. I see. I forgot. It's in the
You're not as
name.
old as I am. You're not as aged. You're young. You're youngling. What'd you turn? 23?
Just a baby.
Can't fucking wish I go back.
35.
30. Oh, that's still. Man, you got your best years are ahead of you. So, are you guys gonna come out to the Ilium one?
They need a park ticket.
No, they can get a park ticket. Look at them.
Those aren't cheap.
Look at them.
It's not a Florida resident deal right
Look at
now.
them. They get a park ticket.
Umbrella of dubstep.
Oh.
So he uses a lot of hip hop elements, maybe a little bit of rock. The effect on the track,
We're not a
which we
fan.
don't really care for.
Not a fan.
Oh.
No judgment.
A little bit of judgment.
The dubsteppers enjoy it, but we're like sometimes we're enjoying a song and then they hit that sound and we're like, change the track. We change the track.
We also have in the Mardi Gras vein. So, fun fact about Mardi Gras: Fat Tuesday occurs 41 days before Jesus' 3-day weekend. If you believe in the resurrection trope, Mardi Gras has some unique foods, not unlike the Epcot festivals, but you can grab some new tastes from around the globe. Canada will be represented with a hot maple lacquered salmon, which looks delightful. And I'm just gonna be straight up honest. The foods at Universal, way better than at Disney.
You say that like probably every other cast.
Yeah, I just want to be clear. The only food that beats Universal, Boma. And
Look at China.
Yeah.
China made me. Ooh, spicy Szechuan
Szechuan, good
chicken
job.
bites.
Sound it out.
Sounding out.
Colombia.
I was hoping you would dig in there. I was hoping you would get down on that. So it's a freshly grilled
Burger.
all beef burger with a Colombian twist, topped with Monterey Jack, pineapple cabbage slaw, cilantro garlic sauce, and potato sticks. Fuck out of here. This thing looks delightful.
That's not something that I would ever make myself, but I'll take a bite.
Mm-hmm.
Bites of the Bayou. Ooh. Tiana didn't make these.
No, she did not.
Beignets.
These beignets are fluffy and a delightful treat every year. Do not stand downwind or you will be covered in powdered sugar. I haven't met the beignet that the sugar stays
They
put.
sell these at the Riverside Resort.
They do. We haven't made it out there.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? We're gonna have a
I
field
think
trip.
Universals will be better though.
Thank you, January.
Wow.
Thank you,
He
January.
he clearly has a bias.
For the food, yeah,
fine.
I like the environment and the experience at Disney more than I like it at Universal. I also like the show that Disney puts on way more, but the only thing that I wish they had more of at Disney is better food. This interests me: duck à l'orange crepe from France. Yeah,
What's a duck all around?
orange duck. I don't know.
It's
like,
from Migration.
It's
Oh.
from
Have you seen the movie?
no, apparently not. Here you go, Natalie.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Pinchos de lechon.
Does this look authentic?
No.
It does.
It does. No.
I love her.
It's got the sauce. It's got the bread.
It's got a sauce and a bread.
Natalie, I do wish that
And
you
this
would
one
get
looks cool. It's a guava barbecue sauce.
So you know what this is? I'm gonna refer you back to Bad Bunny. No, let me stop. No, that's cute. I'm sure it's delicious. Your question to me was, what was your question? Is it authentic?
Does it look
Was
authentic?
not?
Does it appear
Does it look
visually?
authentic?
Does it look authentic?
No, because it's supposed to be wrapped in aluminum. It's supposed, this.
Oh, it'll be
this
when
is
you get to the
cute.
park. It'll be wrapped in aluminum. This is plated for photography. They're all in the same
Right.
plate.
Well, that's your question. to
Okay,
me,
good.
If it looks, okay.
All right. When we get to the park, we'll take a
But they
picture
give
of
it
it.
When
to
you-
you in aluminum.
And then it's authentic.
Then
Yeah.
and yes,
Yeah.
and it's more
The-
saucy to be honest.
And then Cajun mac and cheese. Their mac and cheese has historically been delightful as well.
This one has sausage in it.
Mm-hmm.
Salchicha.
I have no idea. I don't speak French. This is America. Speaking of,
Oh, and a Cajun cream cheese. Or
Oh,
cream
yeah.
sauce.
oh yeah, as we head over to India, there's a vegan dish, potato dosa. I have no idea what this is going to taste like. Crispy, savory crepes filled with potatoes, onions, and black mustard seeds, accompanied by a cilantro dipping sauce. It looks cute. I might like that. And then wrapping it up, we go to Germany for what looks like spam on a pretzel bun. It's I can't pronounce that at all.
Libercasi?
Yeah, thank you. I was stuck on skip. I was hitting the remix. Natalie came through for the win.
Let me see if it says it.
Traditional beef and pork meatloaf dates back over 200 years. The meat is griddled right to order and then served on a delicious pretzel bun with sauerkraut and sweet mustard.
Leberkäse.
Ashley, are you going to try that?
Leberkäse is liver cheese.
No, fuck that. We're out. I'm not doing that. Liver cheese. Get out of here with that shit.
Leberkäse.
My goodness. Hit us off with this, J-Town.
So, I came across this blog where all 12 Disney parks, this includes the international ones, in 16 days.
Are they still on this trip? Because I only see...
No, I think
9
he
days.
slowly is.
Oh, okay.
So, he's up to...
I don't see day one. Oh, wait, let's go to older posts. Let's see if they have day one. Oh, no, those are just like North Atlantic cruise.
You know what we should do? We should just follow in his footsteps. And just
Perpetual
for
vacation.
each day, just kind of piggyback. He already has it all planned out for us.
Look, so 4 parks in one day. Fuck out of here. No. I don't like doing...
16 days.
Yeah, but I'm saying like he this day 2 he did 4 parks in one day in Orlando. We cannot get Natalie to show up on time for the crack of noon. We're not gonna be able to hold tight to this schedule. 4 parks in one day? What are you just sticking your head inside and running out of the turnstile, getting right back on the fucking monorail and heading out to the next one?
First off, I can get there on time.
Probably
Secondly,
they had,
it's the speed that would be the problem.
they probably had we're gonna hit this ride in this park, this ride in this park. Like they had a ride in each park.
It's so yeah, exactly.
I mean, we did 4 parks in 2 days, and we were much younger, and that was a small death.
That was when we did the Florida residence
Yeah.
pass. Yeah, it was definitely small. It was the best ride of that day. What was the best ride of that day?
The bus.
Going back to the hotel.
It was so hot outside.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is rough, because you have to go international, so you're getting on flights, you're checking in, you're unpacking.
Mm-hmm. This is not my jam.
It does
I think
not
I
sound
could do 12
appealing.
parks in probably 30 days.
12 and 30. Okay. That's a little more reasonable. Some rest days built in.
Multiple
Hang out days in the
continents, you guys. I don't know.
Time long enough to take a bath. I don't know if we haven't been to all 4 parks in 30 days, and we in Orlando. Natalie, you're on mute for some reason. I do not get your sound popping through.
No, I didn't let any sound out. That was a silent laugh.
Oh, are you serious?
So I wouldn't interrupt. Yes.
Oh, hot dog. How courteous of you to not allow your audible laughter to poke through and interrupt my sentence. Breathe, Natalie. Fucking breathe. Let the noise out. I don't care if you cut me off with laughter. Fuck. Let it out, Natalie.
It's only dissent that he opposes.
Yes. Do not push back against
And
the
then
producer.
I think such a short time frame. Like here on day 11, he was saying the jet lag. You're up at 2 a.m. You're really not giving yourself a lot of time.
Yeah, this does not sound enjoyable.
Yeah, how do you enjoy? Yeah, you can't look around and be like, you know what? Ooh, I love this.
Is it a Guinness Book World Record? That's the only reason I
think
would be
he
in
was
it.
going for a record. I think it was just a personal goal for him.
Did he mention what he does for a living by chance?
I think it's
Is
this.
he a blogger?
The people on the internet did go and find out. He works
Creeps.
in the NIC. He works in the NICU ER.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, thank you for your services, and have a safe trip. And can't wait to keep up with the blog. That's have we read all of it? Have you guys up to date?
I have not read all of it. I read some of it. I've not read all of it.
Are you tired from?
I'm
Just
exhausted
reading
from
what
just
you-
reading it. I had to
Ah.
make a co-pilot read it to me. I had to engage AI.
Wow. Have you emailed him to see if he's available? He
I
might
did.
not have the time to respond to you.
You know what? That's fantastic.
Yes,
I think we should
you
email
clearly
him.
see
Let's go ahead and
he's on
email
a tight
him.
schedule.
If you guys would let me climb up on my soapbox for just a
Buckle
minute.
up,
complain?
guys.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be a bumpy ride.
Yeah, buckle up, buckle up. So I think last week I complained about some shit, and then y'all were like, "This is how that new segment is born," and I agree. So I would like to complain about 3 posts inside of Walt Disney World tips and tricks on Facebook. First one comes from an anonymous participant, and they are just curious. We will be traveling to Disney next week. What does everyone tell the school district when your child is missing school for travel? We tell them the
They're
truth.
unable to-
We don't lie. We're ethical folks. We tell them the truth. So don't come onto these forums and try to get me to spoon feed you a fucking lie so that you can teach your child to lie to their teachers. That's some bullshit. If you can't get them out of school because your state has, I don't know, rules and regulations and truancy laws, then you shouldn't be taking them on vacation. Or you just tell them the truth and turn it into an educational trip. So anonymous participant, you suck for asking for ways to lie. That's bullshit.
I like to say, if you could go back, sir. Thank you
No,
so
no,
much.
I'm not going back. It's already. I always
Well,
like that.
I'd like to say the first comment that I saw on there that as a response was just tell them you're making childhood memories. Love it.
That was polite. I
That
don't
was a
have
good-
that level
that
of
was a good
polite.
answer.
That's why I can't
Good answer,
comment
good
on these
answer.
things. Our next one comes from Chris Hayes, and that's right. I'm going to
Oh, we're
name drop you.
naming names.
I'm naming names because if you
Oh,
posted it
man.
on
We're gonna
social
get
media,
sued.
it's out there for the world. How miserably hot is Orlando in May? I hear May is a slower month for the parks. So, one statement, one question. First question: how miserably hot is Orlando in May? None of us know. We don't have a crystal ball. Global whamming is a thing, and we got to be cautious here. And then you hear that May is a slower month for the parks. Where do you hear this from? Who's telling you this? What is, you got Tinkerbell showing up and telling you that it's slow? We don't know what it's going to be. Everything's been in topsy-turvy turmoil land since the pandemic. We cannot openly tell you what it's going to be like.
I like the comment underneath. It said
Mm-hmm.
perfect weather.
See that? Like, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Like the heat, it was a heat wave. Last year it was a heat wave. Nobody knows what it's going to be. Bring all your clothing. We don't know. Don't ask dumb questions. Sorry, Chris.
You know, I would say, you know, there's no way to know. The cooling towels are a great investment.
You're so much more polite than I
Especially
am.
Ooh, that
I'm
is
sorry,
that is
in the
good.
summer.
So much
Good
better.
answer, January.
This is and then this last one. This is I hate this question.
Ooh,
It's
that
asked
really
like a
sets him off.
billion times a
It
day.
really it sets him
This
off.
this comes from Amanda Bessard Aluderius. I that's a so first thing. Your initials are Abe, and I like that. Next thing that I'm going to give you bonus points for is, bro, that is a wicked name. I love that last name. I wish I knew how to pronounce it. They've been misspelling it for decades. It's a 2-to-1 consonant to vowel ratio in your name. But your question is the dumbest one I see every time. And and I'm going to read it the way it's typed. Best shoes to wear? Yeah, you're just inflecting in a direction with an incoherent sentence. It's a question fragment. Is that a thing? Can you have a fragment of a question and just anticipating that I'm going to inflect? Nobody knows. But hold your feet up to the camera so we can put them on OnlyFans and get some money while we answer this dumb question.
I'm about to pay for these tickets we just bought.
Exactly.
You know what my crazy mind thinks? Like, you should design a shoe, and then
It's just like, this is the
and
Disney
then
shoe
when
for parks.
People, they just like promote your own shoe.
It's spray foam and tampons. That's all it is, keeping you cushioned for the pushing for the stroller pushing through the parks.
My recommendation, you guys, are Fila's. I got a pair, and they're life. They've changed my life.
Yeah, I can't fit into Fila's. They don't make adult sizes. Everybody's got different
For
feet.
the girls out there, Fila's. That's where it's at.
So there's one person.
I've tried these like Asics. I haven't tried the Clouds yet. But I hear the Brooks and the Hokas. Is it Hoka?
you're just throwing spaghetti at a wall. Just like, I hear these things are good. Go get sized. If you're out here in the audience, it takes 10 minutes to walk into a shoe store and get size, get a foot scan, get
Nobody
something.
wants to talk to nobody.
Well, then you're gonna be buying shoes and coming to forums and asking dumb questions.
Before Jonathan got his foot scanned and sized, he'd been wearing the wrong size his whole life.
A whole life.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He'd been wearing a 12.
just-
He's a 13.
So you didn't feel your feet?
When
Are
I was
you numb?
I mean, I touch my toes. I feel them that way. But when you were like, when you're an adult and you're just like, yeah, this
I
works.
don't.
This the whole
No,
way.
because
Yeah, my
that
feet are
just
jacked
tells me
up,
that your
January.
parents never taught you how to properly.
There's a lot of
that's-
things my parent never taught me to do.
Right. So that's why you're so angry at the world. That's you know what? This is self-discovery.
Oh, I
glad
discover
learning
myself
so
all
much.
the time.
You're learning so much about him tonight, aren't you?
No,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
You want to know a question that's burning on my mind? This one is for the beards. Yeah, this is specifically directed at the beards tonight. Nobody. I wish my father would have taught me what point of the urinal do you actually strike with your stream to avoid any splashbacks?
Backsplash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Natalie,
good
I know
question.
you know all about
Isn't
it, Natalie.
everybody's stream different? Like, isn't your pressure different?
I mean, I
Ooh,
don't.
that's a good question.
You may compare your pressure streams to your friends, but I do not compare the stream. My
Well,
streams.
when you guys
Some
go,
people have like more force.
Well,
Right.
I mean, there's got to be a sweet spot on the urinal.
I'm talking about.
well,
when
what
it
she's
comes
saying
out.
is
Like,
Yeah,
the
right.
move.
Not
yeah, how
everybody.
forceful?
So clearly yours is forceful because you're concerned about that backsplash.
Yeah.
She's saying that there's
I got a lot of
people that can
pressure.
barely make it, so that don't have that pressure built.
Yeah, they're
so
like trippy.
I
Is it
also-
trippy?
I save it up.
I think they should sit down. They should sit down.
I save
by the
it-
way.
Ew.
If you can't put it in the toilet, or if it's
I
splashing
can't sit
back
down.
or
The
you
water's
don't
too
know-
cold.
I don't.
Do the fucking math, Natalie. Natalie's there trying to do the math. How does that? What are the mechanics of
No.
that? Yeah, Natalie, I have something
no,
called
I know
balls.
exactly. No, first off, how
Actually-
low do they hang?
Oh,
That's
bro.
ridiculous.
Yes.
You know
well,
what? Why is this
I got a
happening?
set. You ain't seen a set like this yet, Natalie.
No,
I don't know how we got here.
Natalie Ashley is not dated. Ashley did not marry me because I'm a kind and gentle soul.
Oh my god.
She married me
Poor
because I
Ashley.
dent her uterus, the top of her uterus.
Oh my god.
When I dip it
Somebody
in,
bring Ashley
her
back to
eyes
life.
bulge.
I don't. Nobody needs to know. This needs to be edited out.
I'm not. I'm letting this one ride.
Oh
I don't
my
even
God.
give a fuck.
That's the people.
Like-
The people don't have to know how
Well,
deep it goes in.
The beauty part
Jonathan.
about this,
Oh my
the
God.
beauty part about this is
Ashley,
that
you good?
Ashley's
Wait,
not
I
pushing
gotta
back.
check.
Ashley's not like.
No, I know.
Ashley's not
She's-
denying.
I
I'm just
know,
letting you
I
know.
know.
Like this is
I
the
know she's
gauge.
not-
Serious
she
as a heart
never
attack.
does.
She
Just wanna know
nicknamed me
that.
Baby Arm for the first 6 months,
First off, I hate you so much.
like a
Why,
fucking
baby?
2T toddler, like baby
I wasn't
Gronk in my
even-
pants, just trying to give you a high five.
It wasn't your fault, Natalie. You couldn't have known where that was going to go when you suggested that he should sit down on the toilet. I knew the
That's
second that it came out of your mouth.
It is
Are
what
you
it
sitting
is.
on the toilet properly? Do you put the seat down? You don't just sleep. That's important because your parents didn't teach you a lot of things.
So
Did
here's
you
we
gotta
have
Not for nothing. That's a valid point.
we have very specific seat rules in this house. The person who needs the seat to move into a position is responsible for moving it into the position that they need it to be in. So if I
It
use the
sounds like you
toilet,
don't put your fucking seat down.
I don't need it down.
No, but when he needs
Wow,
it down,
that's
he put
selfish.
no. He's saying that when he needs it down, he puts
When
it
I
down.
need it down, I put it down. If somebody else in the house needs
Okay.
it down, and I have it up because I didn't need it down when I used it last, then they should put it back down on their own. I ain't over it. I ain't about it.
I know it's classic selfish man. I understand.
We have assigned restrooms in this home too.
That's exactly why.
Yeah. I have two sinks to fuck up
not
in
this
mine.
Oh my god.
All right. So I think that covers it for my rants. I love those rants. Thank you all for letting me complain a whole bunch.
Shoes to wear?
What's that?
Best shoes.
Best
Best
shoes
shoes
to
to wear.
Best shoes to wear.
Jonathan, the JPs.
Oh, you got to put that. You got to put that into a rapid fire. Oh yeah, those are the JP, the Hercs. I got a set of the Hercs coming, the Air Hercs. Natalie, will you please dial us up a rapid fire question of your choice?
All right. It's 2025. New year, new me, new you, new rules, new everything. No, just kidding. Throughout the years, we know that, Disney's changed little things here and there. along with their animation styles, and of course our beloved Mickey Mouse, starting from Steamboat Willie to the Mickey Mouse we know and love today, and everything in between. Do you guys have a favorite Mickey? If so, what is your favorite Mickey?
It is not the Mickey of today. Have you seen that guy on Mickey Mouse Funhouse?
Nah.
He
He's a
looks
little
so
creepy.
cool.
There's
Oh,
been a few
I thought
more
you meant on
additions.
this poster.
Yeah,
You know what I realized? I don't like when they gave Mickey the whites on the eyes. I like the flat black eye.
like 1935 Mickey she's into.
You're in the 19. Okay, you're in the 1935 Mickey.
Yeah, cause then you see 1953 and he already has the whites of his eyes, even though he's still
Mm-hmm.
Dorbs. I could handle 19. My favorite is Fantasia 1940. I'm gonna answer my question first, and I'm gonna continue because I could tell that you guys are ready for it. Ashley, who's your favorite?
Scrolling. I like.
And there's a bunch of different variations from it too. Like when they show I like when they show like the modern Mickey, but like in the late 90s, and it was like they're modern and he's like in a suit and tie. I thought that was cute. I used to have like a Mickey frame that had that art.
So one thing I'll note is that everything seems to be cyclical. So if you look at the current Mickey, what we have here are we get touches of these first handful
Yes.
of Mickeys. We lost
Right.
January.
Right. Yeah, because she didn't. The question was right now the favorite. Your
Yeah.
January is blocking. I'm just kidding.
Okay, no worries, no worries. So it brings back touches of the earliest renditions of Mickey, where we see the eyes are blocked out, and the head shape starts to emulate what we see in 1929, and then from that,
The new Mickey's definitely retro. Like it
he-
definitely has the retro feels. That is 100%. Which was your
Absolutely.
favorite?
my favorite, I like my Mickey to have eyebrows.
Who has eyebrows?
Mickey has eyebrows from time to time.
And the one that I sent you, there was one with eyebrows.
There's a few with eyebrows in here, so you start to see his eyebrows pop up in the 40s, and then 55, and like the one that's listed here today is like from the 90s.
Again, that's the exact. I had a similar, or if not the same one. But that's what I was referring to. That he's not in the other one. I like him. He's cool, but he's not my favorite. I just thought that it was cool how they try to make him the today of the 90s at that time.
It's just an outfit, right?
And I know it, right? Just the outfit, but like you totally see the Zach Morris in him, 100%.
Absolutely. I like the 90s vibe. Some of the things that pop
do-
up, subtle changes. Like he didn't start with shoes, and he didn't start with gloves, and then shoes popped in, and then gloves popped in, and then like January
Well, that's actually
mentioned.
what's yeah. That's actually what differentiates Steamboat Willie and Mickey, because Steamboat didn't have shoes.
And then even some things like, so sometimes his buttons are yellow, sometimes his buttons are white, and there are definitely different. I like this 1950 black and white Mickey Mouse Clubhouse version. I think it looks very cute.
Oh,
and
that's the one I
cozy.
like.
Yeah.
The 1983 one.
83. Ooh, he's fancy. It looks like he's at a polo match.
That's that Mickey listed there for 1983. That's Christmas Carol. Yeah.
Yeah. I went down that rabbit
So
hole.
January, you're 19. You're 2023 Mickey. 2013 Mickey. What year was it? Yeah, 2013.
Am I here?
January's fucking lost to the
Okay,
annals of
no, I
time.
was in here the last time, but it didn't recognize.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Denied.
You're
Yeah.
gone.
Denied. This might be a good time to wrap it up. Just ask her to shout it to you from across the room.
There's a wall in between us, and she's not as loud as I am.
I thought that she liked the ones where he had like the black eyes, so like
She did
1935 and maybe
Wait.
2013.
She's yelling.
1935. That's the
Oh,
one.
perfect. All right, so we've got.
All right.
She's on 1935. You are.
I'm 1940.
I was gonna guess this one for you because I know. I believe that was what made you. That's where you first connected the visual connection to you in the parks when you were a child. Is that accurate?
No.
No. Okay. For some reason,
I've never even the first time I saw Fantasia, I was an adult. I'd never even gotten to see it before then, but just seeing Mickey, like that, he's just been my favorite. I like the robe, I like the hat.
It's
and
good.
then,
It's
you
good,
know.
comfy hat.
It's got stars. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, like 1987. I think 1999 is probably the end of that because when it gets into the early 2000s, he gets weird for me.
He gets a little 3D.
Yeah.
They start to get into some digital animation and rendering with it.
Yeah.
And then this 2013 or the modern era one that we're dealing with today, like nothing can stop us now, is like a throwback nod to like the 1930s, 1935-ish Mickey. They actually look quite similar. All right. This is a good time to wrap it up. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm sorry that January had to bail on us early. We appreciate you. Hugs and kisses. We'll see you next week.
And that wraps up another magical episode of the Dank Pod. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. Find us on the gram at the Dank Pod and send any questions, comments, or suggestions to thedankpod@gmail.com. We hope you enjoyed our chats and Disney adult takes on Walt Disney World. Remember, even as adults, we're all just kids at heart when it comes to the magic of Disney. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay dank.